Hey, and welcome to my channel. I'm Adeline. This is Think on Such Things. Today we're just going to talk a little bit about social emotional health and development of our children. A little bit about me. I am a homeschool mom of 4. I also work for a mental health hotline at home, and this is a very important topic to me. I see the need on a daily basis for children to be able to understand their emotions, to understand others, to have empathy, and to be able to have healthy responses and to be kind and loving towards others and kind and loving towards themselves. So, not an expert by any means, just a mom who cares, and I've found these resources to be helpful, so I hope that they're very helpful for you too. So take a couple minutes with me and let's dive in and check this out. And by today, we're going to talk really quickly about my 5 favorite books for social emotional development. Now, obviously, these are not the only things you can do to help your children with their social emotional development. And if you're not familiar with that term, it's, from my understanding, it's really just knowing yourself, knowing your emotions, having empathy towards others, being assertive, and it's really just a way of connecting with others and being able to have healthy relationships with people and with ourselves, because a lot of times we are our own worst enemy and we have to know how to help ourselves too. And so helping our children be able to do that is critical. It's very, very critical. So I'm going to go through these books and just loosely tell you what they're about. I might have to pause a little. I can hear kids hooting and hollering inside. I got the baby laid down. So you can take a few minutes, go through each book very loosely with you, tell you the type of how it could help you, okay? I'm not going to do them in any specific order. And as always, I'll put the links to each book in the description below. And you can hop over to Amazon and see where I got them. And all of them were reasonably priced. One of them was a little bit more expensive than I wanted to pay, but it's actually my kids' favorite book. So, and if I can't remember, I'll do my fancy, I paid this much, because I'm pretty good about that. I'm also pretty good about forgetting things. So, anyways, we're gonna start. We'll just start with the book I have on my lap, which is, it's called There's a Bully in My Brain. This is a good book for helping kids to learn to deal with anxiety. As somebody who also has struggled with anxiety and never knew that's what it was called, I just always thought that everybody has these self-depreciating thoughts in their heads about the way that they talk or act, or all the different bad things that could happen and the fears that go along with that. This book has been really, really good because I passed that trait on to one of my children. So this book really just talks about the character Justin, and he has this bully in his brain who tells him all the bad things about him and all the bad things that could happen. For example, one that really resonated with me is that there's one page that talks about what if the school bus drivers gets a flat tire or forgets how to get to the school, or if there's nobody to sit there with me, and all these fears that these were common fears of mine when I was a kid, or just not being good enough for friends, or recognizing the alarm bells of anxiety and being able to cope with them on your own, and teaching our children to be able to cope with them on their own. Really just in the same way that you do with a normal bully. Slow down, right? And you're assertive and you tell your thoughts, who's in charge, and you tell yourself what the truth is. So this book has been really, really a good book for us, and helps us to take slow, deep breaths. And my favorite page I'm gonna read is the last one. It says, I've learned that worrying about things changes nothing, and that I am in control of my thoughts. I can do anything I set my mind to if I'm patient and believe in myself. My bully continues to grow smaller and weaker as I grow stronger and braver. It realizes that I no longer let it have control over me or take what it says seriously, and that's no fun at all. For the bully, anyways. This book I paid, I think, $10 for. It says on the back that it's $15, but I got it on Amazon for around $10. I'll put that link in the description. Next, we're going to kind of bundle these two books together. This is part of a series. Oh, Executive Function. And it is really just about more life skills. This one, of course, it's a big deal, is about learning to react calmly and appropriately when things don't go your way. Which is really good. Both of the books are about a boy named Braden. And in this one, Braden has things that don't go his way, like not getting to ride the go-kart by himself, but instead of throwing a fit, he learns the 4 steps from his mom, who also struggled with not getting her way, the 4 steps to reacting calmly. And throughout the book, things happen to him that cause him to feel like it's a really big deal, like the world is ending. And he learns how to apply these 4 steps to his life, and how, things aren't always going to go our way, but that we can learn to respond calmly and things can actually be good even when it doesn't go our way. So, if you have a kid who maybe struggles with drama in life, where the things that happen are just a really big deal to them, big emotions, this is a good book, good read. This one was right around $10 on Amazon. I'll put it in the link below. And then the other one from that series is My Day is Ruined, which is kind of similar to that one. However, this one is kind of, I want to say it more like a melting child, where when the bad things happen, they just pretty much melt and they're like, nothing will ever go right again. My day is ruined. Everything is bad. And just like that one emotion that they have now completely shadows all the emotions they've had throughout the day, all the experiences. And so this helps them to look at it more like to be content in all circumstances, regardless of what happens. And it talks about flexible thinking, which is, again, a 4-step process, and helps us to realize the things that we are out of control of and how to come up with a plan. Again, just really coming back to grabbing hold of the moments that we can be in control of and letting go of the moments that we can't, and learning that we don't have to always overreact. We can calmly adjust and readjust and replan our day, and things can get better and things can go well. So these 2 books are both written by Brian Smith. He's a teacher turned counselor, school counselor for kids. So these 2 have been really great. And then this one is my children's, one of their personal favorites, What Should Danny Do? This book was $17 on Amazon. However, it's 9 books in one, where it's about the power to choose. And so Danny has superpowers, and his main superpower is the power to choose. So throughout the day, you go with Danny, and things happen to him, and you get to choose. The child gets to choose. Is he going to respond good or well? Is he going to respond poorly? And then you go to that page, and you get to see how it ends Danny's day. And my kids always love to see, oh, well, if I make one bad choice, does it ruin my day, or does it ruin Danny's day? Or can he really turn it around? And these are common situations that we find ourselves in, where somebody has the plate that we want, or there's an accident that happens and all the lemonade gets spilled. But this is one of those books that my kids want to read over and over again. Really, really like it. There are 3 books in this series. This is the only one we have, but I'm definitely interested in looking at the other ones. I think the other one is What Should Danny Do Going to School, and What Should Danny Do on Vacation. So great books. I'll put the link in the description. And lastly, now this is a book that is an unlikely book. But I decided to put this in here because I think that the message is really good, and that I think that the kids they take a lot away from it. Sorry about my chimes, they're right here with me. So anyways, it's not too small at all. A Mouse Tale. And this book actually came from the Master Books, Language Lessons for a Living Education, first grade. And this has become one of my son's favorite books. And it actually talks about, so it's a mouse's retelling of Noah's Ark. But throughout the whole book, he talks about how he can't find his own area that he can thrive in, that he didn't feel like he was meant for anything, that he had purpose. And so he goes about and he talks with all the different farm animals and he tries to do their jobs, but he can't do them. And he ends up feeling really bad about himself and that he's too small to do anything important. And then one day God calls him and he goes on the ark, and he has a very special job to do where he ends up saving this little calf on the ark by gnawing it, and by gnawing the rope, and nobody else could have done the job but him. He was created specifically and special for that job. So if you have a child that doesn't see their value, that doesn't understand how special they are and how they were created by God for a special purpose, this is a really good book. And I think it's just a good book all around because kids need that reminder. We need that reminder. Again, all of these books, none of them are like, none of them are the only way you can teach social emotional skills. You can teach them as they walk, as they go out, as you see them interacting with their friends, when you hear them interpreting their own thoughts, when you hear them say something about themselves. You're the parent and you know better than anyone what's going on inside those little heads. And there are so many great resources out there. These are just the ones that I found that I wanted to share with you because they had really blessed our family, and they're good quality books that my children love and consistently go back and get and want me to read to them again because they feel like they can actually learn something from them and they can apply it to their life. So I hope that this video was helpful to you. Please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm kind of like the Swiss Army knife, just really a grab bag of all different kinds of information for moms, for homeschoolers, for trying to spend your money wisely. And I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I also am a work-from-home mom and a homeschool mom. I have 4 children ranging from ages 12 all the way down to 4 months, and I just enjoy a lot of life. And I enjoy getting to share that with you, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like it, and until next time, blessings, friends.